Welcome to Mental Health Without Borders, the Global Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Lindsay Frey, a clinical psychologist, entrepreneur, worshiper, adventurer, and single mom who believes deeply in the power of mental health, wellness, and travel. I've spent over a decade working in the mental health field, first as a solo entrepreneur, and now as the owner of Finding Hope Wellness Center in Tampa, Florida. And speaking of Finding Hope, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Finding Hope Wellness Center in Tampa, Florida, where hope and healing come together. At Finding Hope, you'll find compassionate care, expert support, and a community that walks with you every step of the way, because no one should have to navigate life's challenges alone. Visit www.findinghopewellnesscenter.com to learn more and start your journey toward hope and healing today. Now, let's dive into today's episode, our very first episode, where I'll be sharing a little bit about my journey and the vision for this podcast. When I first started out in private practice, I was a solo entrepreneur. It was just me, my clients, and a vision of providing therapy that truly made a difference. Over time, I realized that healing happens best in community, both for my clients and for myself. That's when I took a leap of faith and expanded into a group practice. Now, as the owner of Finding Hope, I have the privilege of leading a team that provides high-quality care to those who need it. But my journey doesn't stop at therapy. I've always believed that mental health, wellness, and travel are deeply interconnected. And that belief is what inspired this podcast. Now, 3 things that matter very much to me: mental health, wellness, and travel. So first, mental health. Mental health has been my life's work. I've spent years helping people navigate anxiety, depression, trauma, and life's many challenges. I knew I wanted to be a psychologist from the age of 16 years old, and I received my doctorate at 30, and I've never looked back. But mental health isn't just about treatment. It's also about growth, self-awareness, and living a life of meaning. Now, wellness. Wellness to me isn't just about being free from illness. It's also about balance, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. As a Christian, my faith plays a big role in my well-being. Worship is a source of peace for me, and I believe true healing happens when we align our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And that's where travel comes in. Travel, for me, is transformational. It's about stepping into a new culture, seeing the world through a different lens, and learning how other people live, heal, and find joy. Travel has truly shaped the way I see mental health and wellness, and I believe we can all learn from the diverse ways people around the world take care of their minds and their bodies. Now, I love to travel. In the last few years, I visited several countries. 2 of the countries that I visited, I asked locals a question I ask many times: would you ever want to visit the United States? Well, on these 2 occasions, I expected the usual response. Most people say yes, but this time I was surprised. Both individuals said no. And their reasons were not what you think. It wasn't about politics or a general dislike for our country or even for traveling. They both simply did not want any part of the stress, overwhelm, or overwork that they see in our culture. One person said something that really stuck out to me. They said, "You value money and work. We value animals, nature, and community." And that hit me. It made me pause and look at my own life, at the culture I've grown up in. And honestly, I couldn't deny it. I had spent years pushing myself to the limit, sacrificing balance for productivity, and accepting a sort of hustle mentality as just the way that things are. But when you stepped back and you see it from an outsider's perspective, you realize how deeply ingrained this imbalance is in our culture. And here's the next thing. I believe the generation behind is waking up to this reality. The new generation has little patience for outdated systems that demand constant work with very little rest. They crave authenticity, freedom, curiosity, and travel. They know that life is short, and they refuse to waste it on burnout. I hope this shift brings lasting change for many generations to come. So my vision for this podcast, it's not just about me, it's about us collectively. It's about learning from other cultures, hearing their mental health struggles, understanding their wellness practices, and discovering how they create balance in their lives. My goal is to bring therapists, wellness professionals, and everyday people from around the world to share their perspectives. Because at the end of the day, we're all searching for the same things: hope, healing, and balance. And I believe that by sharing our knowledge and our experiences, we can grow together across borders, across cultures, across beliefs. So, as I close this episode, I want to say that as a single mom, entrepreneur, and someone constantly seeking growth, I know how important it is to have a support system. This podcast is a place where we can build that support, where we can learn from each other, challenge our perspectives, and find new ways to heal and thrive. So join me on this journey. Follow the podcast, share it with a friend, and let's explore mental health without borders. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to take this journey with you. See you next time.